Hello, everyone. I am not on the farm. I went to spend Christmas with my children, yeah, a little ways away from the farm. And here's Maddie. Maddie, you want to come up? Want to come show yourself? Oh, let's see if I can. There's Maddie. Oh, Maddie goes everywhere I go. Yes. Yeah. Ooh. 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 Oh, yeah. Okay, back down. Oh, she can't just settle down. She's still, after all these years, what, 13 now? She can't settle down on just your lap. She has to. Good sign. She's still lively. It is December 31st, 2021. The last day of the year. I've been asked by people, so how have your holidays been? This my holiday, Christmas, going into the new year, spending all this time with my grandchildren and my children and in-law children has been great. Absolutely great. So what do? I don't interfere in people's lives per se. I just don't. Yeah. I mean, the videos that I make, those are my opinions about life, about the laws of heaven, and I'm not going to change anything out there unless maybe some things I have to say kind of, oh, okay, maybe that's something I should apply in my own life, that, or start studying up on, like the Bible, the divine principle, the Ten Commandments, the Lord's Prayer. I don't know how people do it without God in their life. I don't know. And it's not about, one could almost call it an addiction, I guess. Well, no, you've been brainwashed into it since you've been a child, this, that. Yeah, maybe. I guess there are good addictions out there. I can't help it. And I watch what goes on in the families of my children, and I'm happy as a mother, a grandmother, as a woman, as just a human being. I'm happy. I'm happy to see on how well the people around me are doing. How well grounded they are. They're young. I was younger once, and I learned from my lessons. I learned from situations I got myself into and got myself back out. I kept my responsibilities as a woman, as a mother, as a friend, as a human being, to the principles of creation and the principles of love. So when I look back on 2021, I have to say, I guess it's just about criminal on how well this year went for me and my family. Maybe that is something I should feel bad about. Maybe that is something that I should look at and consider for next year. What is it what constitutes, what foundations are there to have a blessed life like this? Well, okay, one could bring up all kinds of things without knowing anything about me. What my childhood was like, the beginning of my life was like, my childhood was like, growing up, my adult life, then the choice to basically move from one continent to the other because of love, and then start from scratch. Start from scratch. And then end up build what we did as a family. Interesting, isn't it? And then where does it go from there? What's the success of it? I'll tell you what the success is. The success is, 100% what is right and wrong. What is that? Okay. I've mentioned that before. We have a conscience. If you really care, you know to ask your conscience, and your conscience will answer you what is right and what is wrong. Your conscience, and then when you know what is right and wrong, then you also know what to stand for and what not. That doesn't mean that you go out there and judge and persecute anyone. But you have the right, as well as anyone else out there, to do whatever they want. You have the right to stick with the laws of heaven. Yeah, I could bring up some things, but I'm not going to do that at this time. Right? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I have to say out there, because everyone else has their own opinion, has their own way of looking at their own life, and they get to do that. It's called free will. Nothing to do with freedom. Free will. Free will decides in everyone's life, once you reach a certain age, on where you're going to go with that. And no one can stop you. Not really. In a just regular, not extreme. Yeah, you can be stopped from taking the life of someone, or robbing a store, or some other things where intervention does happen. But in most people's lives, that's not happening. You decide. You decide. If you shape your own life with what there is, what you have been given, and you build up onto it, and it takes work, hard work. If people with no legs and arms can do it and build up on a life like that, anyone else can as well. Yes. That's, as I said, you look out there and you're going, there is really no excuse. Yet, you are allowed to make as many excuses as you want to. Yet, I am also allowed to call you out on those excuses. Yes? So, going into 2022. 2021 was a good year for me. It was a good year, wasn't it? It was a great year for me. I've learned many different things about growing food for hard times. And since I do know the Bible, I know about the 7 fat years and the 7 lean years. The 7 fat years is not just about hoarding things so that then you can get through the lean years. It's about knowing what you can grow, what will thrive in no matter what conditions there are, and have something to eat. Yes? Yeah. That's just one example. It's with medicine the same thing. Knowing what is out there, right, in God's green earth, growing in the principles of creation that will help us to overcome. Oh, is everybody going to overcome? Yeah. No. May I? Yeah. Am I going to make it through the next year? I don't know. I don't know what there is for me in store for the next year. But I'm going to approach it with the love and care I know that comes from heaven. And I will not disappoint that love and care. Yeah. Right. Yes? Yeah. Anyway, so 2021, thank you, Father in heaven, my heavenly parent. It's a great year. It was a great year, and I have no complaints. None. If there are any, they're on me. 2022, I'm going to try my best, as I always do, to take responsibility for my surroundings and for my family. And everybody should just do that. Okay? Well, New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year. And I will talk to you next year.